Dear students, in the previous sessions we talked of applications of op amps like DC and AC amplifiers, summing amplifiers, scaling amplifier, averaging amplifier and subtractor. Today we will be talking of next application, that is instrumentation amplifier. So these are the resources used: Ramakant A. Gaikwad, op amps and linear ICs. Second one, Sergio Franco, design of op amp and analog ICs. So in many industrial and consumer applications, the measurement and control of physical conditions are very important. For example, measurement of temperature and humidity inside a dairy plant permit the operator to make necessary adjustment to maintain product quality. Similarly, precise temperature control of plastic furnace is needed to produce a particular type of plastic. Generally, a transducer is used at the measuring site to obtain required information easily and safely. The transducer is a device that converts energy from one form into another. For example, a strain gauge, when subject to pressure or force, that is a type of physical energy, undergoes a change in its resistance, that is an electrical energy. An instrumentation system is used to measure the output signal produced by a transducer and often to control the physical signal producing it. So in this figure we are seeing the block diagram of an instrumentation system. The input stage is composed of preamplifier and some sort of transducer. This is the input stage. This is depending upon the physical quantity to be measured. The output stage may be a device such as a meter, oscilloscope, chart or some indicator. So in between there is instrumentation amplifier which is connected through transmission lines, and this is the physical quantity to be measured. So here you can see the connecting lines between the blocks represents transmission lines, especially when the transducer is at remote test site monitoring hazardous conditions such as very high temperature or the liquid level of flammable chemicals. So first one is the input stage, that is preamplifier and transducer, and that depends upon the physical quantity to be measured. Next one is instrumentation system that measures the output signal produced by transducer and controls the physical signal producing it. The output stage is some meter, oscilloscope, chart or magnetic recorder. Transmission lines that permit the signal transfer from unit to unit. Its length depends upon the physical quantity to be monitored or on system requirements. The signal source of the instrumentation amplifier is the output of the transducer. Some transducers produce outputs with significant strength to permit their use directly, but many do not. to amplify the low level output signal of the transducer so that it can derive the indicator or display is the major function of the instrumentation amplifier. It is intended for precise low level signal amplification where low noise, low thermal drift and time drift, high input resistance and accurate closed loop gains are required. Besides low power consumption, high common mode rejection ratio and high slew rate are the desirable characteristics of an instrumentation amplifier for superior performance. Commonly used instrumentation amplifiers are MUA725, ICL7605 and LH0036. The various features of instrumentation amplifier are they are relatively expensive than the earlier version of operational amplifiers, but they are having various advantages, like they are very precise special purpose circuits with most of the electrical parameters such as offsets, drifts, power consumptions, they are minimized, whereas the input resistance, CMRR and supply range are optimized, available in modular form to suit various special installation requirements. So when requirements are not strict, general purpose op amps can be employed in differential mode known as differential instrumentation amplifiers. We call such amplifiers as differential instrumentation amplifiers. Since most of the instrumentation system uses a transducer in the bridge circuit, we will consider a simplified differential instrumentation system that uses a transducer bridge circuit. So in this figure you are seeing an instrumentation amplifier system using transducer bridge. So this is the resistive transducer which is having resistance RT, and when it is allowed to change with a physical quantity, it changes plus or minus of delta R. This is the common Wheatstone bridge. Here you can see the instrumentation amplifier and indicating meter. So this is full instrumentation system. So a resistive transducer bridge whose resistance changes as a function of some physical energy is connected as one arm of the bridge, which is shown as a circle and is denoted by RT plus or minus delta R, where RT is the resistance of transducer and delta R is the changes in the resistance RT. So for balanced bridge at some reference conditions, VB will be equal to VA. Now to calculate VB we must use some voltage divider network where the resistance RB and RC are connected as shown, and we can calculate the resistance VB as RB over RB plus RC into VDC. Similarly, using the other arm under balance, we can calculate VA as RA over RA plus RT into VDC. From here we can write RC upon RB is equal to RT upon RA. This we already did when we talked about Wheatstone bridge. So now the resistances here RA, RB and RC are selected so that they have equal value and equal to the transducer resistance RT at some reference condition. The reference condition is a specific value of physical quantity under measurement at which the bridge is balanced. The value depends upon the transducer characteristics, type of physical quantity to be measured and the desired application. Initially, the bridge is balanced at a desired reference condition. As the physical quantity to be measured changes, the resistance of transducer also changes, which causes the bridge to unbalance. That will make VA not equal to VB. Now let the change in resistance of transducer be delta R. Since RB, RC are fixed resistors, the voltage VB is constant, but the voltage VA varies as a function of the change of transducer resistance. Now we can write VA as RA over RA plus RT plus delta R into VDC, and VB we have already written, that is constant, that will be RB over RB plus RC whole into VDC. Consequently, the voltage VAB will be VA minus VB, that will be RA over RA plus RT plus delta R into VDC minus RB VDC over RB plus RC. This is the voltage across these terminals, that is VAB. However, if RA equal to RB equal to RC equal to RT equal to R, then from above equation putting all equal to R, we will get VAB equal to minus delta R into VDC over 2 times 2R plus delta R. Now here the negative sign in this equation indicates that VA is less than VB because there is increase in the value of delta R. Now the output voltage VB of the bridge is applied to differential instrumentation amplifier, which is composed of 3 op amps. Firstly, 2 voltage followers are there. One is this one and second is this one. So the voltage followers preceding the basic differential amplifier help to eliminate the loading of the bridge circuit. The gain of differential amplifier is minus RF by R1. Therefore, the output voltage VO becomes VAB into minus RF by R1. So if we multiply VAB into minus RF by R1, that becomes delta R VDC over 2 times 2R plus delta R into RF by R1. So both minus sign will give me a positive sign. Generally, the change in resistance of transducer delta R is very small. Therefore, we can approximate 2R plus delta R equal to 2R. Thus, the output VAB is equal to RF by R1 into delta R by 4R into VDC. This equation indicates the output voltage is directly proportional to the change in resistance delta R of the transducer. Now, since the change in resistance is caused by the change in physical energy, a meter can be connected at the output and be calibrated in terms of the units of that very physical quantity. So, the commonly used resistive transducers are thermistors, photoconductive cells, strain gauge. All these are passive transducers, that is, they require external voltage for their operation. So you must have seen a weigh bridge at the vegetable market where the output meter is calibrated in terms of strain or force which is being put on the strain gauge, which is a resistive transducer whose resistance changes when force or weight is applied on the weighing gauge. Now we'll talk of certain transducers, and transducer is a device which converts energy from one form to another form. Firstly, we'll talk of thermistors. So thermistors are semiconductors that behaves as resistors, usually with negative temperature coefficient of resistance. So the temperature coefficient of resistance is expressed in ohm per unit change in temperature. The thermistors with high temperature coefficient of resistance are more sensitive to temperature changes. They are well suited for temperature measurements and control. Thermistors are available in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. However, thermistor beads sealed in tips of glass rods are most commonly used because they are relatively easy to mount. Second one is photoconductive cells. They belong to a family of photodetectors whose resistance varies with incident radiant energy or with light. As the intensity of incident light increases, the resistance of the cell decreases. The resistance of photoconductive cell in darkness is typically of the order of 100 kilo ohm. Generally, the resistance of cell in darkness and at particular light intensities are listed on the data sheet. The intensity of light is expressed in meter candles or lux. Materials such as cadmium sulfide and silicon, whose conductivity is function of incident radiant light, are used for photoconductive cells. Some cells are extremely sensitive to light and are also used in UV and infrared regions. Photoconductive cells are also known as photocells or LDRs, light dependent resistors. One more important resistive transducer is strain gauge, whose resistance changes due to elongation or compression of external stress. The stress is defined as a force per unit area and can be related to pressure, torque, or displacement. It may be used to measure changes in all these parameters by measuring corresponding change in the gauge resistance. These are of two types, wire type and semiconductor type. But the semiconductor strain gauge are much sensitive than wire type and they provide better accuracy and resolution. The sensitivity of strain gauge is defined as unit change in resistance per unit change in length, and it is a dimensionless quantity. All these transducers are passive transducers, meaning that they require external source of voltage for their operation. So in the next class we will be talking of more applications of operational amplifiers like integrator, differentiator and so on.